I was thinking about how we as Christians want to approach people about God and people who aren't interested in God. They're just more into the world. And if you really think about it, it's like they try things like drugs or like smoking and drinking, sex, or just things that, okay, going into it, you've never touched that stuff, you've never done those things, you're pure, you're innocent. And then you go and you try things not knowing what to expect, not really knowing the result. All you know is what you've seen and what you've heard from your friends, from family, whatever. Oh man, yeah, you should drink. Why don't you drink? Blah, blah, blah. You go into it not knowing. So you try it because everybody else is doing it, right? But why don't people do that with God? Like go up to someone and ask, you tried drinking, you've done it. Why not try God? Just try it. Just try living in His presence. Just try asking Him into your heart and see what happens. So many questions can come up, like they've heard things, maybe they don't like the way Christians act. Okay, but do they really like the way drunk people act? Really? How is being a Christian, how is it worse than being a drunk or being a pothead? It doesn't make sense. Jesus is your drug. He can be your drug. God is the ultimate high. And you can be high in the presence of God, and people don't realize that, and they just think it's dumb. I don't see how getting drunk, smoking, and all that is dumb. And maybe they don't get drunk. Maybe they just drink for whatever, just socially. Why can't they do that with God? There's so many things that you can argue about with that. I mean, if they're like, okay, I'll try God just for a day. Well, did you just try drinking for a day? Or just try smoking for a day? Or just try sex for a day just to see how it was and then give it up? No, if you're gonna try God, you don't just try God. You live God. You live like God. The more that people know Him and they see Him and they allow Him in their lives, they're gonna be changed forever. All you have to do is give them that one shot. Maybe some people don't like Christians because Christian views are so strict, or maybe they see the Christians who aren't acting as Christians, like basically the ones that are judging, like condemning people, harsh Christians, just not loving. They see that and they don't like that. Which is true. I mean, Christians shouldn't be like that. But then again, there are drunk people killing people. They're driving drunk. People who are on drugs are doing harm. There's always that side to everything. If they can try things like that, and maybe not just try it, but then it just becomes a way of life. Just drinking at a family get together. Why can't you make God that way of life? Why can't you at least just try God? Because I can guarantee you try it, you're never gonna go back. Try it and you're gonna want more of God, just like you want more of the alcohol, the more of the drugs. There's nothing wrong with trying God. It's not like you're damaging your body. It's not like you're killing somebody. In a sense, you are. You're killing the old you. God's not a harmful drug. It just boggles my mind how people are willing to try the stupidest things. People are trying inhaling all these different chemicals and all these different things, like from a Cool Whip can. You don't know about that? Look it up. Trying to get high off different things. Trying the dumbest things. Go on YouTube and see what people are experimenting with. Why can't people try God? And even if you don't think that God exists, at least just try them. I mean, there had to been something going on in your head when you try new things, like just to see it, just to see what it does. People have to be curious. We're all curious. So I just don't see why people can't be more curious for God. I don't know. You talk to a person, you ask them, okay, why did you try drugs? Why did you try alcohol when you first did it? What was going through your head? Why did you do it? Why do you still continue to do it? Okay, well then why can't you do that for God? People don't have the urge to seek God. People don't have an urge to get saved, to become a Christ follower. You just don't want to. It just seems boring, seems lame. They're all the same. They judge. They don't have fun. But how can you say that? That's what you see from the outside. But you don't know until you've experienced it. Right? You didn't know about drinking until you experienced it. Right. Can't really talk about Christians unless you've actually lived the life. Christians and Christ followers, big difference. I don't just call myself a Christian. I am a child of the Most High, a Christ follower, a warrior for God. I don't just go to church on Sundays, or I don't just go to church on Christmas and Easter. It's just so much wisdom that you can receive from God and the Holy Spirit. It's just, you never know until you try it. Why can't God be your drug? Why can't God be what you get drunk on? If you don't know about Him, ask someone who does. You see someone who's just full of joy, just happy and with their life. Why wouldn't you want to be happy like that? That's what God gives. He gives that joy. He gives you that peace. People are trying so much to be different, to stand out, and to embrace being you, being unique, being different. Okay, well then why are you trying to join the crowd? Listen to what everybody else is listening to, watching what everybody else is watching, doing what everybody else is doing. Why would you want to be unhappy? Why would you want to live like the world and be like everyone else and just drink away your problems? Or just drink to be happy, drink to have fun, drink to have a good time. Look at how many Christ followers there actually are. Very few. Going against the grain. How I see it, it's like a crowd. Just imagine like you and a crowd of people where you cannot see beyond anything going all in one direction. There are very few going the opposite way. That's what being a Christ follower is. That's what's being different. We, as Christ followers, are not of this world. We live our life for the kingdom of heaven. That is where we find our wealth. We don't find it here on earth. You do need finances, you do need an income, things like that. But we put it in God's hand. We don't worry about it. We don't worship money. We don't make money our main focus. Put it in God's hands and He will take care of you. He promised in the Bible that He would provide for us. The Lord said to not worry about anything. He said just to give all our cares to Him, leave it to Him, and He will lead you. He will take care of you. Why would you want to live stressed? Why would you want to live worried? Why would you want to live in drama? That's what I think. What do you think?